This segment brought to you by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
We're back, and now Duane is visiting with Garrett Kennedy about what he and his wife learned while being in Corn Corps Class 2 through Kansas Corn.
Duane Toews joining once again on the program. A chance to catch up with Garrett Kennedy. He works as an agronomist with Knopf Farms in Eastern Saline County. Garrett, talk a little about your experience within the corn industry and organization. I know you were a member, along with your wife, in Class 2 of the Kansas Corn Corps. Give us a little perspective on what you guys felt like you got from the program.
Sure. Thanks, Duane, for having me on. And Corn Corps was a great opportunity for my wife and I to just grow together and grow in our relationship, but also grow in our career path as well, to learn more about what our strengths are, to learn more about the corn industry and how we can be involved and really take that in our own way. And that's one of the things that we've enjoyed most, is kind of find our fit and how we can go forward with that.
So talking about finding your fit, now an agronomy director, so to speak, for a family farm in Eastern Saline County. Talk a little about the day-to-day, what it is that you do to make that operation successful.
Sure. Well, as we know, farming is not easy, right? And especially dealing with Mother Nature, and how do we set the table the best we can for the certain yield goals we have, or the different farm goals that we might have, and then use the weather in order to achieve those goals. And so, a lot of planning goes into that from a soil fertility perspective, certain variety or hybrid selection perspective. And also we're thinking about, how do we manage weeds in a certain way, scouting. Right now we've got some southern rust moving in on our corn, so I've been spending a lot of time in the cornfields to figure out, do we run fungicide, do we not, what's the right timing? And so just trying to manage inputs so that we can really do a good job of achieving the goals that we have on those acres.
Talk a little about Soil Health Partnership, what some of the overall arching goals of that, and how you're putting that in place on that farm.
Sure. So we're one of the farms that Kansas Corn is supporting in Kansas to have a Soil Health Partnership research study. And so what we have is a study that's going to have 4 replicated strips, so we can be statistically sound, and we can go back at the end of the year and at the end of 5 years, because it's actually a 5-year commitment, to figure out statistically, did we have an effect on what we were hoping to. And so what we are doing, there's a regular farmer strip basically, and then an enhanced practice strip. And what we are looking specifically is at the use of cover crops. And so over the course of the 5 years, these 4 strips through the field are going to consistently year-round have a living root. And so after our cash crop, we'll immediately seed a cover to try to get that living root in the system as long as we can. The Soil Health Partnership folks are coming out. They've done extensive soil tests. They're going to do tests throughout the year to kind of continue to measure what's going on within the soil system and try to measure those things. And so we're really excited to see the things that we think we are having effect on, if we can actually put numbers to it. And I think the Soil Health Partnerships folks will really be able to help fine-tune that on the farm.
We really think about that soil as a microbiome. It's really stretching for a lot of people what we're getting into in terms of the science of farming.
Yes, most definitely. When I was in high school, to think that agriculture was real scientific, I would have kind of thought you were a little crazy. We just do it the way Grandpa always did it, and that has so changed. And the things that we can see, the things we can affect in our lifetime is so powerful. We don't have, in the grand scheme of things, don't have too many options to really make change. But on the farm, we really have neat things that we can do each year to try and build and grow and try to bring that system back to what it was once before.
Our thanks to Garrett Kennedy joining us on the program. Jamie, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Duane. When we come back, it's this week's Kansas Farm Bureau update.